Patricia, when I first came to this understanding, and this is before I had any glimpse of any aha, any like glimpse of my innate well-being, because I was still trying to work things out intellectually, and this is not intellectual. But so the past doesn't exist, right? And the future doesn't exist. All we ever have is the now. Oh, I was getting so hung up on the past not existing. It was actually pissing me off. I was in one of the live classes and I'm like, they're talking about the past not existing. And, I'm not listening fully. Okay. I'm only hearing the part of the past doesn't exist and I'll get to why it bothered me. And I'm reading all of these comments and I'm thinking, these people are all crazy. What the hell are they saying? And I was mad because to me, I was taking that in on a very intellectual level. And for my stepson who passed away, when I was hearing the statement, the past doesn't exist, I'm thinking, you're never going to convince me that my son didn't exist because he most certainly existed. And so I reached out to our mentor or coach and said, "Hey, I got a problem with this. Maybe you need to, I don't know." So he kind of explained it a little bit better, I should say. Or maybe it's just that I had slowed down a little bit and didn't have so much thinking and I was more open to hearing what he had to say. And so, yeah, the past not existing, it doesn't. That doesn't mean, and I think we kind of touched on this earlier, it doesn't mean that people didn't exist, situations didn't exist. It just means they don't exist now in the present moment. And in some cases, for me, the way I like to look at it too, is when we are talking about the loss of somebody, my son doesn't exist in the form anymore. He's a different energy. He's in the formless from where we came from. And so, yeah, I mean, it's a tricky one to try to explain. But the point is, all you ever have is the now. Seriously. 5 seconds ago, what I just said, that's past. You only have the now. I don't know what I'm going to say 5 seconds from now. That's the future. So being in the present moment is really what that is all about. And oh, I mean, I could really go on about how important it is to be present and to have clarity of mind because I'll tell you what, until I came to this understanding, oh, I think there's so much of life I missed out on just by not being present, by living in the past, even before my son passed away, by living in the past or worrying about the future or any of those kinds of things. It's so peaceful in the now. It's so peaceful to have clarity and to be present and to take in the sunset and like Melissa said, that house that beautiful home that she saw that she didn't know was there, that always been there. When we slow down, it's amazing the things that come into our awareness. It's amazing the things that we see because we're present and we're not caught up in past experiences. And when we are caught up in past experiences, especially, that's just us carrying a memory through time and bringing it into the present moment. It doesn't make it exist. It still doesn't make it exist. Just your thinking in the moment. That's it. It's still a memory of the past. So I hope that's helpful, but I'm sure that my two wonderful, wonderful friends have something to say about this too.
I was gonna say, like, the past and the future are no different to dreaming. You know, you're daydreaming about the past. You're daydreaming about the future. When you go to bed, you dream, but it's not real. None of that's real because you're creating it in your mind. You can't touch the past. You can't touch the future. It's not real. You can touch this. I can touch the computer and this and this and this. I can touch because it's real right now. You know? And when you realize that and you can just drop it, it just feels so fucking light. You know? It's like waking up in the morning and picking up weights because you're getting out of bed and you're thinking of the past and you're picking up a weight, you're picking up another weight from the future, you know, anxiety, depression, and you put them in your pockets and you're carrying them around with you all day and you're filling up that space like you've got a cup, okay? And that's called now, that's called today. And or before you even get out of bed, you're filling it up with the past and then you're filling it up with more future. You've got that much space for today. And you wonder why you're fucking feeling heavy. You wonder why you're tired. Because you've filled up your bloody cup with energy that you don't need. What I love about now is that feeling when you empty it out and it's just like, oh, I have all this space to enjoy today. And because I have all that space, I have ideas that come in that can guide me to where I want to go. Because when we have that space with that anxiety about the future, we can't have good ideas about the future because we're trying to force it, you know? And I just think being now is creating that space. It's creating that space to use your past because when you've got that space, you can look back at the past and you can see, oh, that's a good experience. I can bring that forth to now, you know? But when you have only that much space and you're feeling heavy and lethargic and tired and stressed out,
Yeah, no, Melissa, I love that picture of the cup, and I'm glad that you brought that up because, yeah, every single moment, and we'll start with when you wake up in the morning, like you're saying, you have that cup, and even before one foot hits that floor, we're filling up our cup with a bunch of crap from the past, and like Melissa said, from the future. Some of us are even filling it up to the point where we're not even leaving space for the
no,
now. That shit's overflowing. Ah, it doesn't have to be that way. You know what you gotta do? Empty the cup. Dump it out. Drop
yeah,
it. Get rid of it. Leave the past in the past and let the future worry about the future.
Right. And with leaving the past in the past, you don't have to unpack it. You don't have to put it away. You don't just drop that shit off because you don't need it anymore. Set it down, leave it where it's at. And just in doing that and letting go of the weight from the past, stepping into the now, forgetting about the future, and it brings lightness and aliveness. And for so long before this, I don't think I was ever present, you know? I was always in my head. There was always something about something that's all already happened and I can't do anything about. But oh, things would be so much different if only they had been different. But that does nothing but creates this, it's like cement, wet cement, and then you're just walking deeper and deeper into it. And if you stay in it too long, you're not going to get out. So just setting it down and coming into the now is the biggest thing. And I love the cup metaphor. That's a great one.
Yeah. That's also like when we are in the now, like I get that some people are going to be like, yeah, but I've got goals in the future. I want to go there. And I get that because I have goals as well. But it's having a goal and then coming back to the now. It's like setting it, coming back to now. And then when you're in the now and you're in that clarity and you've got that space, then mind, universe, whatever, will give you ideas. And it's like, instead of going upstream and fighting against the current, trying to force it, you're swimming in a freaking donut, just enjoying the flow. And things just come to you. And I've experienced this. When I'm in that flow, the synchronicities and coincidences and shit that come up is fucking crazy. Like, it is bonkers. And the thing is, like, this society these days, it's all about grind and hustle and all this stuff, and you've gotta like go for it and push your way through. Very masculine kind of energy. But it doesn't actually have to be that way. It can be so easy. So easy. The amount of ideas that pop into my head now.
Yeah.
Well, and it's like, mind, the universe, it has our back. And it's the sooner we surrender and work with it, instead of thinking our way is better and fighting against it, life gets simple. Like, life gets easier. And even on the hard days, even on the hard things, when you can slow down and put your trust in that mind, that what we are made of, it it takes away so much of the unnecessary, loud, crazy chaos inside our heads. You know, when we stop fighting against life because we think life is happening to us and we step into the now, then it flows and we're just along for the ride. And life knows what it's doing. If we get out of its way, life will take us to places we can never have even imagined.
Beyond our dreams.
Yes.
So this happened yesterday, and I found it really funny. It was such a simple little thing, and it just shows like So I was supposed to stay in for a delivery for Dave. He had delivery coming, and that was when I was getting overwhelmed. I spoke to you guys, and I went out for a walk. I took the dog out for a walk. I completely forgot. And I come home just as I'm coming through the door. Dave said, "Oh, did you stay for the delivery?" I was like, "Oh shit!" And then just as I was about to reply, the neighbour come round and said, "Oh, I've got your delivery." I was like, "Oh, thank you, universe. You've got my back." And I texted him saying, "Yes, here." And then obviously he come back, and I did have to come because I can't lie. I'm like, I wasn't here. I just didn't want you to be angry with me. But it was just like, but the universe had my back and it was there, you know? And just, I know that is just such a small thing, but these things are happening more and more and more in my life. Small things, big things, where it's just like, I literally, I can't even respond before like the universe is like, there you go.
Well, and it seems like they happen, whether we're aware of it or not, they happen because whether we know it or not, life has our back. And when we start to become aware of it and we start to give our attention to even the little wins, the little things of how, then we start to see it in the big things. And then we start to see it everywhere because it's not just with us, it's with everybody. Whether, you know, you don't have to practice and live in the three principles for mine to have your back, for the
Yeah.
universe to take care of you. But when you stop fighting against it, and work with it, it becomes a whole lot easier.
So how do you know when you're flowing and when you're not? Your feelings. How are you feeling in this moment? If you're feeling struggle or blah, blah, you know you're walking upstream. And that's what the magic of our feelings are. They're telling us what direction we're flowing in.
Thank you, Melissa. Yes.